I think a lot of queer people are drawn to what's supposed to be the villains or the monsters in fairy stories. And I think that I was definitely, so I started with Wayne, I started with the Selkie, which is my favourite. There's something about these stories of transformation where there's a secret you underneath, especially these characters, these monsters that look human, like the changeling stories. They look human, but there's this scary to kind of most people thing, this not normal thing about them, this secret that they have. And the idea of kind of navigating that, what that would be like to be that person with like something else going on underneath your skin that you can either choose to share with people or not.
Definitely. The very openly kind of obviously queer stories, we don't hear about them. I think folklore has been full of them throughout history, but a lot of the time we don't end up hearing them. And so I do wonder the extent to which queerness in a way has ended up being expressed through folklore through the lens of the monstrous, like you've been talking about, as a way for people to explore feelings of being made to feel monstrous, and fearing queerness and viewing it as monstrous. I mean, in Tamlin, you've got this very powerful transformation sequence in which Tamlin is transformed into various beasts and hideous and terrible, frightening things. And for me, there's a link there with feeling perhaps like you are monstrous and having to move through that feeling of monstrousness, and with the aid of someone else who's loving you, perhaps, to transform you through your shame into a more true version of yourself, perhaps.
But not everyone that you've seen is bad. There's not really like a bad person. There's always reason for it, there's always something going on behind, and sometimes it depends if a story's told in a certain way. Anyone can be made to look bad. So I think that's kind of the fun in rewriting them, especially when you go from the villain's point of view. It gives you a whole other perspective to the story. And it's just like, a chance to tell that person's side of things. I think that's been like a queer person, the story that's told about us in the media is really easy to slant in a certain way. We see that a lot. And that's